mom came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year. And they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
You said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. Yes, the season has started, but we still got to do our predictions and not influenced by the season. I'm believing in myself, what I felt at the start of the season before it started. And of course, Austin, I think no torpedo bat in sight for Austin.
Well, only 2 players on the Yankees even use it, so it's not all that big of a deal. And there's also other teams that use it.
Yeah, Jock Peterson's going to start doing it. Yeah, we could do a video on that in the future.
Yeah, we can. But yeah, so we have playoff predictions here as well, but those aren't what we get points on. That's just for fun. What we really get points on is based on division seeding and then playoff seeding and then like division winners and stuff like that. So, Kevin, do you want to start with the AL or NL?
Let's start with the AL, and we can go with your division, AL East.
So I have Orioles 1, Yankees 2, Red Sox 3, Rays 4, Blue Jays 5.
Okay, we're pretty much in agreement. Orioles 1, Yankees 2. I have Rays 3, Red Sox 4, Blue Jays 5. Here's my reasoning with the Rays at 3 is even though they've struggled and in the postseason, and of course traded Randy Arozarena, they just have that system infrastructure to find guys. So I think they'll be a capable team. Will they be a great team? No. But I also am not sure about the Red Sox.
Yeah. This is, again, you said before that this is based on preseason, and it is for me as well. I know they've started off slow and Devers has really struggled, but I'm not going to let that affect my opinion about them. I think they're a solid team. I think that they'll figure it out by the time the season comes to an end. They're expected to be very good this year before the season, but we'll see if they can continue. If they'll continue being bad as they have been this first week, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, and this is more for me why I have the Rays above the Red Sox is more because I trust the Rays more in just the way they develop talent. I just think they know how to produce big league players. Not fantastic big league players, but they can just build a team. They can have guys come in and fill in. So now I think we can go into the AL Central.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
So I have the Tigers 1, Guardians 2, Royals 3, Twins 4, White Sox 5.
Okay. I have Royals 1, Guardians 2, Tigers 3, Twins 4, White Sox 5.
Okay, so we're in agreement on Twins and White Sox. Now, it looks like we just have the Tigers and Royals flipped. How do you feel about the
you had the Royals at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just significantly higher on the Royals this season. I think Cole Reagans really will come into his own this year. I like their starting pitching. Their bullpen is solid. And I think Bobby Witt has another great season. I'm worried about the Tigers. And I worried about them before the season started, and they started 0-3, 0-4. I think they're 1-3 right now because they beat the Mariners last night, or as we're recording last night. But I just am more confident in what the Royals have done over the offseason. I like their team more. The Tigers, they still have guys I don't necessarily love. Spencer Torkelson's kind of turned it around at the start of the season, but I don't know if that will continue. They have a lot of guys I'm like, I don't know. And I'm more confident in what the Royals did last year, that being repeatable, than what it was with the Tigers.
Yeah, so I kind of believe in what the Tigers are doing, just kind of that run they had in the postseason. I know the Royals had that too, but I think there's a lot more, I would say almost trust in the Tigers, but we'll have to see. But when I was looking at the division, I'm like, man, this is probably going to – like this has been viewed as a weaker division. But then I was like, oh, the Tigers, Guardians, Royals, all young teams there. And I'm just like, that's pretty good. But now we can go into the AL West. I'm gonna steal this one from you. You know what? I'm gonna sip the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna have the Rangers winning the division. I have the Astros at 2, Mariners at 3, Athletics at 4, and then the Angels at 5.
Okay. I have Astros 1, Mariners 2, Rangers 3, Angels 4, Athletics 5.
Oh, yeah, a lot of disagreement on this one. This should be fun. I'm more interested in why do you have the Athletics at 5 and not the Angels?
I think Trout stays healthy this season, and I think that's enough to beat what the Athletics will do this year. I do think the Athletics are solid, like a lot better than some people think. But I think the Angels, if Mike Trout, as I predict, will stay healthy for the majority of the season, let's say he plays 140 games, 130 games, I think that they'll be a better team because of how good he is.
Yeah, I can understand with Mike Trout being healthy, even though I think with Mike Trout being healthy, the roster to me is just not good. They bring guys up, and I just don't see it being consistent for them. And I feel like the Athletics have a good roster. Well, just a better roster than the Angels, but you do have Mike Trout playing in that. So, okay. I thought you and I were going to be in agreement on the Angels at 5. Then I'm curious, what is the weakness for the Rangers?
Consistency. DeGrom has started the season. Will DeGrom in the season? I think injury concerns with a lot of Rangers pitchers. And the young guys, I mean, you know that Evan Carter started in AAA. Will he be able to come up and contribute? Will the young guys stay consistent for the Rangers? They're a very volatile team, and while I know you believe in the every other year with Bruce Bochy, I'm not sold.
Yeah, and kind of talking about that, I like the idea of Evan Carter starting in the minors. I don't think they need him. They would if he's playing at his best, it would absolutely be huge for them because I would love to see him in center. I believe in Wyatt Langford, but I also love the additions to this team. I love Jock Peterson added as a bat. And you have Jake Berger. We'll have to see. That Nathaniel Lowe trade was interesting to me because I think he was a solid player. Even though he wasn't my favorite, he was still pretty good. I expect a bounce back year from Marcus Semien for sure. And Corey Seager, but Corey Seager was dealing with injuries. I'm interested in see what Josh Smith. To me, the weakness for the Rangers isn't the hitting. I believe in their hitting, even though it was bad for them last year. I think they can bounce back. I'm more worried about at the pitching side. Jack Leiter's just going to sink or swim at the MLB. He was a AAA pitcher of the year. So you really can't send him down there. Then you have Kumar, and you'll have to see how he does. I believe like they still have Nathan Eovaldi. I think there are other guys that can fill in, but it's mostly the bullpen. So, but I think they figure it out. They ride behind that offense, and they just do okay in the pitching department.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, now we go over to the NL. I'll let you choose.
Let's start. Let's go. At least start with the same side with the NL East. I have Phillies, Mets, Braves, Marlins, and Nats. While the Jurickson Profar thing definitely really hurts for the Braves, I'm still worried that Acuna won't be back for another month or two, and that will affect their ability at the start of the season. The Phillies, I think, are going to have a lot of motivation. We already talked before the season in our World Series or bust that the Phillies have to be on that list. And because of that, I think that they will have a good season. I think the pressure is really high for them. And then the Mets, I think that a team that made the NLCS last year gets Soto to pair next to an MVP candidate in Francisco Lindor will just be a very good team. I think the Marlins are better than people expect. They as long as Alcantara can come back and be what he was before that injury, I'm pretty confident that they can be good. And then the Nats, I think the Nats are also a little bit better than people expect. Like, there's not many teams this year that I'm like, that team is really, really bad, besides the team that we're going to get to eventually. But I think I'm pretty confident in my NL East. I think that's probably the division I'm most confident in my prediction for.
Ooh, okay. I don't know if I'm confident in any division, but this is what I believe will happen. I'm confident in the AL East. That's the one I'm confident in. But going to the NL East, I have the Braves, Mets, Phillies, Nationals, Marlins. You talk about the Nationals. I like Nathaniel Lowe for them. I think he'll be a good presence for them. I don't believe as much in the Marlins. Really, to give credit to the Nationals, you also have CJ Abrams and Mackenzie Gore. I think they'll be a solid team. We disagree. I think the Phillies, we mentioned it's a big year for them. I just think they don't have enough in the tank. Especially, I believe the Braves are kind of how I view them with the Rays. They can develop guys, even though you do have the Acuna injury and now the Jerks and Profar. I still think they can do it. They just know how to do it. Mets, I think, will take some time to adjust, but I still think they're a pretty good team. They'll be competing with the Braves for that number one spot in the NL East.
Okay, what are your thoughts for the NL Central?
All right, so the NL Central, this is my pick before. I'm going to stick with it. The Brewers at number 1, Reds at 2, Cubs at 3, Pirates at 4, Cardinals at 5.
We agree at number 1, Kevin. I have Brewers at 1 as well. I have Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. So we flipped 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, but we still have the same number 1. And I'm sticking with my prediction as well. I thought the Brewers were the best team in this division. This division, I would say, again, is the worst division in baseball, but I still think the Brewers are the best of that worst division.
Yeah, I agree. And to me, the Brewers kind of like I guess this is my theme for the episode today is I was shocked. I thought they were going to be bad last year, but they can develop talent. I like Jackson Chourio. It's a rough start, but I don't think a bad start is going to hurt you this much, especially in a 162 game season. Reds, I really love their young guys. Cubs, a little bit of a heartbreaker last year. Cardinals, I know they're on a hot stretch right now, but I don't really believe it. I like the Pirates. I like the idea of Paul Skeens. I think they have some young, exciting players. Cardinals, to me, just seem like a mess. But yeah, that's, I think, pretty much it on the NL Central. Yeah, I think there's exciting teams, but it's like there's not going to be more than one division. There's not going to be more than one team in this postseason. It's just going to be the division winner.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so now we'll go to the NL West. I'm going to take this one. Dodgers number 1, Giants at 2, Padres at 3, Diamondbacks at 4, Rockies at 5.
Okay, we flip on one of them. I have Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies. I still like the Padres. They have a lot of experience, but the Rockies are the one team that I'm like, that's the team I was referring to earlier. I think they're by far the worst team in baseball. I don't think it's really all that close. Like every other team has something that I'm like, I kind of like that. Like the Angels, even if you like them less than me, like they have Trout, right? Like there's no Trout on the Rockies that is going to save their season potentially. But I feel like the Rockies are in a really bad spot.
My argument to you, you're right in the Angels department. What about the White Sox? What excites you about them?
It's more the fact that they have a lot of young guys that still have a lot of like talent. And here's really the problem. The Rockies pitch in a stadium that is going to allow a lot of runs. And even though they're going to score more runs, I mean, if you look at home team batting average, they usually lead the league every year because of their stadium. But their pitching is so bad that I find it hard to believe that they're going to win many of those games. I think the White Sox last year was the low for them. I don't think they're going to be great. I think they're probably second or third worst, but I don't see them in the same tier as the Rockies. I think the Rockies are still on that downward slope while the White Sox hit the bottom of the Grand Canyon last year and are on their way up this year. Even if it is a slow, gradual increase.
I think to me, the Rockies aren't on an incline or slope at all. It's just a valley. It's the same team.
I think it still is going to get worse before it gets better.
Okay. Giants, I'm believing them. I like their pitching staff. They had Justin Verlander. I know they lost Blake Snell, but I really believe in what they have. And just kind of, I think they're going to do something. I think they're going to do well. Of course, the Dodgers at 1, but I can see the Padres competing. This to me is the best division, the NL West, because I think the Diamondbacks are going to be good, especially with them getting Corbin Burns.
Yeah, I think they'll be good as well. We can go into our playoff spots. So for the NL, I have Dodgers, at 1, Phillies at 2, Brewers at 3. And my wildcard teams are Padres, Giants, and Mets 4, 5, 6. I do agree that the Diamondbacks are going to be good this year. I just don't think they're going to be good enough to make a playoff spot.
Yeah, so you and I are pretty much in agreement. I just have the Braves making the playoffs. I don't have the Phillies making the playoffs. Yeah, it goes Dodgers, Braves, Brewers. Then it goes Mets, Giants, Padres. So I don't know if you just want to get into our NL matchups and just how we have the postseason going.
Sure. It's Brewers, Mets, Giants, Padres. I had the Mets winning and the Giants winning. I'll just go through it all because it's not as important to keep track of it. Then at NLDS, I have Dodgers versus Giants. I have the Dodgers winning in 7. And then the Mets versus Phillies, and I have the Mets winning. So my NLCS is the same as last year. And I have the Mets pulling it out and going to the World Series. So I have the Mets return to the World Series for the first time since 2015.
Ooh, this is about to be exciting. Because I have Padres versus Brewers, Giants versus Mets. I have the Padres beating the Brewers, and then I have the Mets beating the Giants. So my NLDS is Dodgers versus Padres and Braves versus Mets. I have the Mets winning and the Padres upsetting the Dodgers. They were close last year, and I think they do it. So I have the Padres versus Mets, and then I have the Mets advancing to the World Series.
So we both have Juan Soto going to back-to-back World Series.
Yes, we do. And I'll go into the AL because I think you might like the team I have him facing. We have, for me, I have the Orioles. I get it, number 1 seed, the Rangers, Tigers. Then I have Yankees, Guardians, and the Royals are the last team. I have the Royals facing the Tigers. I have the Tigers winning that. And then I have the Yankees versus Guardians. Yankees win. Rangers versus Yankees. And Orioles versus Tigers. In the ALDS, the Tigers beat the Orioles and the Yankees beat the Rangers. Yankees versus the Tigers, and I have the Yankees advancing to face. We have a Subway Series for the World Series in my universe, the Yankees versus Mets in the World Series.
I would be hopeful. I would love it that happened, but I'm not as confident as you. You'll see very quickly. My AL playoffs are Orioles, Royals, Astros, Yankees, Red Sox, Mariners. Those are my 6 teams that get in. So I have Astros versus Mariners in the first round, or that wild card. Astros winning. Yankees versus Red Sox, I have Yankees winning. Then Orioles versus Yankees, I have the Orioles winning. Royals versus Astros, I have the Royals winning. So my ALCS is Orioles-Royals. Don't say that 5 times fast. And I have the Royals going to the World Series. So you have a repeat of 2000, which was Mets-Yankees. I have a repeat of 2015, Royals-Mets.
Hey, nice. That'd be exciting. Okay. I got bad news for you, Austin. I have the Mets winning, and I have Juan Soto being named World Series MVP.
Okay. I have the Royals winning in 7, and Bobby Witt being World Series MVP.
Ooh, man. Kansas City people are going to love you. And I think Texas would root for Bobby Witt, local legend. But yeah, okay. Exciting. So, of course, the playoffs are just for fun, but we care about the standings. We'll have to see. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I'll let Austin close this one out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please let us know whose regular season predictions you like more, whose playoff predictions you like more, why we're wrong about your favorite team, and everything else. Thank you again.